Hey guys, it's Sharika and welcome to my kitchen. So I told you guys last week that I did want to start doing some cooking videos here on the channel. So I'll probably do maybe like 1 or 2 a week. We'll see how things go. But for the very first video for 2021, I decided to do a seafood boil. So there's different ways that you can do a seafood boil. You can boil, you can bake, you can steam. I like to boil my seafood, so I'm gonna show you guys everything that I do to set up my beautiful little seafood boils that you guys enjoy so much. That's what we'll be doing today. I'm gonna talk you guys through it, show you what I use. I don't use measurements, so just keep that in mind. So try to follow as best you can. Let's jump right into the video, girl, because I'm hungry. Let's do it. Okay, so the first thing that you guys want to do is choose the seafood that you want. So today I'm doing lobster, which is still frozen. And girl, I knew I was doing a whole video, but we'll get that together. It'll be just like magic, girl. I'm gonna snap my fingers, that thing gonna be ready to go, okay? So we have shrimp, Dungeness crab. Girl, this don't look like nothing. It look like a thing of ice. So you guys know I talk about it all the time. I like to get my seafood from a place called IG Rose. This is how the bag looks. So yeah, that's where I get my seafood from. So I think I have about 8 clusters in this bag and they were $54.28. I have a pound of shrimp, which I won't cook all of these shrimp tonight because it's just me. So I won't cook all of these tonight, but they are the colossal shrimp and they were only $9.89. And then for the lobster, this is a 9-ounce lobster and this was $17.99. So I'm gonna get this seafood in some water, get all the ice off of it, wash it up, and then we'll go to the next step. Okay, now this is optional, okay, but burn your little candle or something, girl, because it just set the mood. I'm gonna pour myself up some wine. Usually I would have music playing, just set my little vibe, but because I'm doing a video and I don't want to get demonetized, I can't play no music, okay? I'm gonna play somebody music, but not the type of music that I want to listen to. Okay, so the first thing that I'm gonna do is take a regular size pot. I'm not gonna use like the big crab pot because I'm not making like a big seafood boil. So a pot this size should work. I'm just gonna fill this up halfway. Okay, that should be good. And we're gonna go to the stove. Okay, so this is the seafood boil that I like to use. This is the Florida seafood seasoning. It has garlic butter in it and it is a crab and shrimp boil. So this is really good and it is my favorite. So that's what I have here. I usually just keep it in like a jar right here that's labeled. So I'm gonna be using some of this. Again, I don't use measurements. You're just gonna have to eye it and taste your water to make sure it's not too salty. So let's go ahead and do that now. We're gonna add half a bell pepper. I'm gonna do half a stick of the Kerrygold Pure Irish butter. You can use whatever butter you like. I like to use the Kerrygold unsalted butter. Then I like to add some of this Lawry's smoked paprika. You can use whatever brand you like, but this is just the brand that I use. Up next is the Badia garlic powder, Mamacitas. If I'm pronouncing that wrong, do not come for me, okay? This is the garlic powder that I like to use. So let's add that in. Make sure you're using garlic powder and not garlic salt. Because if it's salty and you use garlic salt, don't try to blame me, girl. You can add as much garlic as you want. Garlic really sets it off. Up next a lemon. So I'm gonna just slice this in half. Sometimes I squeeze the juice, sometimes I just throw the whole thing in. So I'll probably just throw the whole thing in. Okay, and then we're gonna turn this on high. While we're waiting on the water, I'm gonna go ahead and slice up some sausage. Slice them up however you want to. I do mine different ways all the time, but I like to use the Hillshire Farm beef smoked sausage, but they didn't have any. The turkey sausage is good, but the beef ones are better. So I'm gonna go ahead and slice up some sausage and potatoes and get my corn ready. So I do have some fresh corn right here that I tried to shook while I was in the store, but of course you can't do it perfect in the store, so I'm gonna just go ahead and clean all this stuff up. Okay, so we're gonna do the sausage first. Let me rinse this. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, sometimes I do my sausage like this with the little slits. It looks really cool. When you're plating everything, it looks really cool. But today, I'm gonna do just like little small slices like this. And I like to do it like in an angle, so it just looks really pretty. If you guys have been following me for a while, y'all know that I love my food to look pretty. That's why this channel is Eating Pretty, period. And now we're gonna move to the potatoes. Most of the time you guys see my potatoes sliced, but I'm going to do them a little different today because I want them to look a certain way. So I'm gonna slice it down the middle. I'm gonna do it like this. And this is optional. You can do your potatoes however you want to, but this is just how I'm doing mine tonight. So the water is boiling. So now what I like to do is close my cabinet because that looks so bangy. Hold on. So I like to cook my corn and potatoes and sausage before the seafood because I don't like the raw seafood to soak into the corn. I just don't like that. So I like to cook that stuff first and then we'll throw the seafood in. So let's go ahead and put the potatoes in, and then while the potatoes cooking, girl, I'm gonna pour me up a glass of wine so y'all can get y'all some too. Whatever y'all like to sip on, but I'm gonna sip on me some wine. So y'all see it right there in the back. Period. Okay, now I'm gonna stir the potatoes. The potatoes usually take about 10 to 12 minutes to cook. I'm getting ready to mix this up, but I'm gonna warn you guys, what I'm mixing this up with is pretty bangy. because I can't find my regular spoon, okay? So I gotta use this pasta spoon now. Don't judge me. It's gonna get done, okay? So I'm just gonna mix it. And y'all see the bell pepper that's giving it an amazing flavor, along with this lemon guy. And we'll squeeze him later. Okay, so the seafood is laid out. We have 3 Dungeness crabs here. And then we have the 9-ounce lobster. My husband's gonna slice it in half.
Yep.
So let's get this thing going so we can eat, because I'm hungry.
I'm gonna cut down the middle. That way I can get through the shell. I like to start it first by cutting through the shell. Then I come back with the knife. This makes it very easy, y'all. I'm not trying to cut through a shell, so I cut the shell with the scissors first. Then I just come like that, go all the way through, and follow my previous cut, and it's pretty good. See that? Oh yeah. There we go.
Thank you for your assistance, sir.
No problem.
Now what are you doing?
I'm taking a good old shot.
That's a shot?
You know it. You know it.
Okay, so the potatoes are done. So we're gonna go ahead and transfer the potatoes to my little Tupperware bowl. Just like this. And make sure that you watch your potatoes, because you don't want no mushy potatoes, okay? Okay, so now we're gonna put in the sausage and the corn. Now, a little trick that I like to do with my lobsters is I like to take some of these, a little skewer stick, and I'm gonna just break the end of it off, and I'm gonna just stick it in the lobster. That way the lobster don't curl up on me. And this is optional. This is just strictly for presentation, so you don't have to do this. And I only do it sometimes. So we're just gonna do that. And this will stop the lobster from curling up. Just like that. So now the water is like packed with flavor from the sausage, from the seafood boil, from the garlic powder, paprika, the bell pepper, and the lemon. So now we're gonna add the Dungeness crab. Y'all like how I said that, like it's just packed with so much flavor. Okay, so at the last minute I decided to brown up my sausages a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do. Just gonna brown them just a little bit. Like that. Let me get a little brown. Don't be salted. Come on, cook. Come on, cook. Now I would, you know, toss them a little bit in the pan, but I ain't trying to show out. I ain't trying to show y'all all that. Okay, the crab should be done. Next up, the lobster tails. So we're gonna just drop these in. You guys probably noticed how I like to cook everything one at a time because I like to make sure that nothing overcooks. So, especially the shrimp, which we're gonna cook the shrimp last. Looks like this. Okay, and next up, the shrimp. Now these cook really fast, so you have to watch your shrimp because nobody likes mushy shrimp. At least I don't, girl, so watch your shrimp. Okay, so what I like to do right before I plate everything, just because I'm not doing a video, because usually if I'm doing a mukbang, everything will go on a warmer so everything is nice and hot. But because I'm not doing a mukbang, I'll just throw this or the Dungeness crabs in for just a few seconds just to heat everything up, because everything here is nice and hot still. You guys can see the steam, but I'm gonna just leave these in for just a couple of seconds just to knock the chill off, and then we're gonna plate everything and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, y'all, so this is my favorite part. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to top everything off with some smoked paprika, just like this. And then like this. And then I'm gonna add some of our seasoned butter. And we'll make this on the next video. So we're gonna do the seasoned butter on top, and then I'm gonna plate everything and show you guys what it looks like when I'm done. Tell us how it is. He going for the lobster first, y'all.
Which I already know how it's gonna be. Oh yeah. So good.